All right, so today we're going to start in child's pose. So if you want to get down, you have a couple options. You can keep your knees together or open your knees to the width of the mat and sink down, bringing your third eye to the mat, reaching your arms long. And here, we're just going to relax and just get ready for our class. So focusing on your breath, forgetting any stresses of the morning, if you were, forgetting to make your pot of coffee or whichever, letting that go, sinking here into the pose. And feeling the breath as you inhale and exhale, feeling it rise in your chest, lifting your shoulders as you inhale, reaching your arms long, having your fingertips touch the mat, gripping the mat. From here, flipping the palms up to the sky just to get a different stretch here in your shoulders. And then flipping them back. On an inhale, lift your right arm to the sky, opening the chest. And on exhale, thread through your left arm to thread the needle. Place your right ear on the mat. Staying here for a few breaths. Continue to reach your left arm long. Returning back to child's pose. Bring your forehead to the mat. On an inhale, lifting your left arm to the sky. Opening the chest, and exhale, thread it through your right arm. Bring your left ear to the mat. Reaching your right arm long. And feeling the stretch on your side body as we thread the needle. Returning back to child's pose. And we're going to take a few breaths to start. So before we get started, inhaling through the nose. And open your mouth, releasing the breath. And we'll do that again, inhaling through the nose. And open your mouth, release the breath. One more time, inhaling through the nose. And exhale, releasing any negativity, releasing the breath. Returning to your regular breathing. And when you're ready, slowly coming up to all fours, making sure your hands are underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your hips. Your toes are untucked. We're going to take a few cat-cows to warm up the spine. So inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. And exhale, rounding the spine like an angry cat. Inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze. And exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale, dropping the belly, looking up. And exhale, round the spine. Do a few more of these at your own pace, linking the breath for your inhales and exhales. And then returning to a neutral spine. From here, tucking your toes and stepping into your first downward dog of the day. You might need to adjust. And here we can walk the dog. So trying to get each heel to touch the floor, walking out to your feet here. You feel a nice hamstring stretch. And then when you're in down dog, trying to find a point of focus that you can come back to whenever you're in this pose. So find that point of focus between your feet, so that way every time you come back here, you can return your gaze to that position. On an exhale, coming down to a high plank. Breathing here, making sure your hands are underneath your shoulders, gaze forward. Taking a few breaths. And exhale, release the knees to the mat, untap the toes, bending your elbows next to your ribs all the way down to a belly shavasana, releasing your belly to the mat. From here, we're going into a baby cobra. So inhale, peeling your chest up off the mat slightly, gaze forward, and exhale, release back down. Inhale, peeling the chest off the mat, baby cobra, and exhale, release back down. From here, tuck the toes, coming back to down dog. Find that point of focus that you found earlier. And then slowly walking your feet to meet your hands at the top of the mat. From here, stay folded over, make your feet about hip width apart. We're coming to a ragdoll, so letting your head relax, your neck relax. From here, you can have each hand grab each elbow. And you can sway side to side, if that feels good. Making sure your neck's relaxed. I think we all have a tendency to look up. So relax everything here. You can lift your hands down to the mat. And exhale, slowly rolling on up vertebrae by vertebrae with your head the last to come up. Coming to the top of the mat, feet together, palms facing forward into Tadasana or mountain pose. From here, we'll warm up with a few half suns to warm up the body. So on an inhale, reaching your palms up to the sky. And exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back, hands on your shins. Exhale, release down. Inhale, root to rise, bring your palms up to the sky. And exhale, bring your hands to heart and center. We'll do that 2 more times before we add on. So inhaling your palms up to the sky, reaching tall. Exhale, hinging at the hips, folding forward. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale, release down. Inhale, root to rise. And exhale, hands to heart and center. Inhale, palms to the sky. Reaching tall. Exhale, hinging at the hips, folding forward. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale, release down. Inhale, root to rise. And exhale, bring your hands to heart and center. So from here, we'll add on to start our Sun A salutation. So inhale, palms to the sky. Reaching tall. Exhale, hinging at the hips, folding forward. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale, planting your hands down, stepping back into your high plank. From here, we're going to take a few breaths in high plank, making sure your hands are underneath your shoulders. Spine is long in one long line from your head to your heel. Exhale, release your knees to the mat. And exhale as you bring yourself down again to that belly shavasana. From here, placing your forearms, so your elbows are underneath your shoulders, your forearms are in front of you. Inhale, coming up to a Sphinx pose, opening the chest. And exhale, release down. One more time. Inhale, Sphinx pose. Gazing forward. Feeling your glutes engaged here as well. Your legs should also be engaged. And exhale, release down. Placing your hands underneath your shoulders. Stepping back into down dog. Bring your feet to meet your hands at the top of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale, release down. Inhale, root to rise, palms to the sky. And then exhale, bring your hands to heart and center. Inhale, palms to the sky. Reaching tall. Exhale, folding forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale, planting your hands down, stepping back for your high plank. From here on an inhale, shift forward slightly. Exhale, chaturanga the arms. You can also come down to the knees. And from here, you can inhale as you come up to cobra or upward facing dog, whichever is good for you. Feeling the chest open, glutes engaged. Exhale, tuck the toes. Coming back to high plank. Bring your feet to meet your hands at the top of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale, release down. Inhale, root to rise. Reaching tall. And exhale, bring your hands to heart and center. One more time. Inhale, palms to the sky. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale, planting your hands down, stepping back to your high plank. From here, inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. So again, that section is our Vinyasa. So at any time, you can always come to down dog, and you can also modify everything on your knees if you want as well. On an inhale, step forward. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale, release down. Inhale, root to rise. And exhale, bring your hands to heart and center. So as we begin our practice, this is where you can set your intention, what you want out of your practice today. And we'll enter our Sun B salutations. Inhale, lifting your arms up by your ears, sitting back in your invisible chair. Making sure you can see your toes underneath your knees. Bring your hands to your heart. And on exhale, taking a twist here. Hooking your left elbow on your right knee. And trying to bring your hands to your heart as you take a twist. So not sinking into your elbow. Trying to sit a little bit deeper in your position. On an exhale, straighten the legs, release your hands to your feet. Space your feet about hip width apart. We're gonna grab the peace fingers, grab big toe, the peace fingers. So using your middle index finger and your thumb to grab your toes. And bending down here, this is Padangusasana. So trying to bring your chest to your knees here, gaze forward. You can also straighten your legs, feeling a nice hamstring stretch. Release your fingers. Inhale, sweeping your arms up by your ears. Bring your feet together again. And exhale, bring your hands to heart and center. Taking a twist on the left side, hooking your right elbow to your left knee, opening the chest here. Breathing here. And exhale, returning back to center, your chair pose. And exhale, folding forward. This time, we're gonna space out feet hip width apart again. And placing your hands underneath your feet so your feet go touch your wrist crease here. So bending down here, this is our gorilla pose. You can open your elbows out like a gorilla, Padahastasana. You can also straighten your legs. Release your hands. Bring your feet back together. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Hands on your shins. Exhale, place your hands down. Step your feet back and come into your vinyasa. So exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And then exhale, down dog. Again, you can always come to down dog or modify anything on your knees. So breathing here, finding your focus point. Inhale, lifting your right leg to the sky. Exhale, right knee to nose. Inhale, right knee to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Right knee to right elbow. Crossing the body. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, placing your right foot outside of your right hand. Release your left knee to the mat and tuck the toes. Walk your right foot out to the edge of the mat. Place your hands underneath your shoulders here as we come into gecko pose. So here you have the option to stay with your hands underneath your shoulders if you want a deeper stretch, and it's available to you. Come down on your forearms and just feeling that nice stretch in your thighs. Breathing here, keeping your gaze forward. Relaxing and stretch. If you want a little bit more, you can reach your right arm back, kick your left foot in to meet your right hand to take a bind. If you're in a bind, go ahead and gently release the foot. Bring your forearms slowly coming up to bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale as you lift the chest, and exhale as you step back for another vinyasa, or again, opting to meet in down dog. Breathing here. Inhale, lifting your left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to your nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to right elbow, crossing the body. Inhale, three-legged dog. And exhale, placing your left foot outside your left hand. Release your right knee to the mat. Walking your left foot out, placing your hands underneath your shoulders. And again, you could do what you did on the other side, where it's coming down to your elbows here, or reaching your left arm back for a bind, reaching for a bind with your right foot. So this is our gecko or lizard pose. If you reach for the bind, slowly releasing your leg down to the mat. If you're on your forearm, slowly coming up. And inhale, lifting the chest. And exhale, stepping back for another vinyasa. Or meeting in down dog. Finding that point of focus between your feet. Bring your feet to meet your hands at the top of the mat. Feet together. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale, release down. Inhale, sweep the arms up by your ears, sitting back in that chair. And exhale, straighten the legs, hands to heart and center. So we'll go through that again with some other variations. So inhale, sweep your arms up by the ears. On an exhale, reach your right arm back behind you to come into airplane arms. And now chair pose. So making sure you sink a little bit lower in your chair if possible. Still trying to see those toes underneath your knees. Looking back towards your right hand. Inhale, sweeping it up by your ears. Exhale, releasing your left arm back behind you. following the gaze of your left hand. Inhale, sweeping it up, back to center. Exhale, straighten your legs, fold forward, release. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. And exhale, planting your hands down to the mat, stepping back for your vinyasa. Hover on your knees. Exhale, chaturanga, keep the arms, elbows by your ribs. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. From here, we'll open the hips. So inhale, coming to free-legged dog on the right side with your right leg high. Exhale, kicking your right leg open to the left side. You can wiggle out the ankle here if that feels good for you. Trying to open the hip. Exhale, returning back to center. Free-legged dog. And exhale, step the right foot between your hands. Release your left knee to the mat. Untuck the toes and inhaling your arms up into a low lunge here. Arms up by your ears. Gaze follows your hands. On an exhale, plant your hands down either side. Coming into a half split on this side. So bring your heel to the mat here, flexing your foot up to the sky, straightening your right leg. And this is a half split. So you feel a nice stretch in your hamstrings here. Planting the foot down, inhaling your arms up again into your low lunge. Maybe you come forward onto your right leg a little bit more to feel more of a psoas stretch. And exhale, plant the hands down, stepping back for your vinyasa. Or meeting in down dog. Inhale, lifting your left leg high. And exhale, kick your left leg open over the right side to open up the hip. You can wiggle out your ankle here. Returning back to free-legged dog, squaring the hips to the mat. And on exhale, planting the left foot between your hands, releasing your left knee, right knee to the mat, inhaling your arms up into a low lunge. Letting your gaze follow your hands, looking up to the ceiling. And exhale, bring your hands back down, coming onto the heel of your left foot. You might need to move a little bit. We're coming into a half split. So feeling that nice hamstring stretch on the left side as you flex your foot up to the sky and fold over your left leg. Planting your left foot down, inhaling your arms up, coming back into that low lunge, maybe sinking a little bit deeper into your left side this time, coming forward, feeling that psoas stretch on this side. And on an exhale, planting the hands down, stepping back for another vinyasa. Taking a few breaths here, and anytime if you need child's pose, you can take it. But you should feel your body warm up now that we've finished our sun V salutations. So on an inhale, lifting your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, plant your right foot between your hands. Drop your back left foot and inhale your arms up, facing forward into warrior one. So here your hips are facing forward. Arms up by your ears, gaze forward, bending into your right knee. Your back right foot should be about a 45-degree angle from the back of the mat. Breathing here. Exhale, cactus the arms open to open the chest. And inhale, reach up. From here, interlace your fingers behind your back. And on an inhale, lifting the chest. And on an exhale, folding forward over your bent leg to humble your warrior. From here, lifting your chest up, straightening your right leg. You might want to walk your back foot in a little bit, and you can bring your hands to your hips. Inhale as you lift the chest up, and exhale as you fold forward over, both your legs are straight, folding forward over your right leg. You can place your hands down to the mat or use a block if it's available to you. If you can't reach, you can always go for your shins or keep your hands on your hips. Just making sure you fold forward over that right leg. So here, this is a pyramid pose. So your legs should be like a pyramid, straight, and you should be folded forward. And this, again, you should feel that hamstring stretch. So if you have tight hamstrings, a lot of these poses you'll be feeling. Breathing here into this pose. And from here, we're going to come into a revolved half moon. So from here, bending into your right leg, placing your left hand down on the mat. You can place your right hand on your hip, lifting your left leg to the sky, trying to bring it parallel. And exhale as you lift your right arm to the sky. So here, your hip should still be square. And it's a balancing pose. So you're balancing on your right leg, but using your left hand for support as you open your chest to the right side. So it's revolved half moon, so we're a little twisted here. And try and open your chest to the sky, stacking your shoulders. Slowly returning back down, both hands down, dropping your left foot to the mat. Inhale your arms up into high lunge or crescent lunge. So you're on the balls of your left foot. He's following your hands. And exhale, bring them back down to center on either side of the foot, stepping back for your vinyasa. So now you know what's coming on the other side. So inhaling your left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, plant your left foot down between your hands, dropping your right foot to the mat. Inhale your arms up into warrior one. Again, as you're in warrior one, your front leg is bent. Making sure your back right foot is at a 45-degree angle from the back of the mat, but fully on the mat. Exhale, open up the chest as you cactus the arms. Inhale, reaching up. From here, interlacing the fingers behind your back, maybe taking a different grip this time. Inhale as you open the chest, and exhale as you fold forward over your left leg, but still bent, to humble your warrior. Slowly releasing back up, straightening both legs. Maybe you walk your right foot in a little bit, placing your hands on your hips, coming into a pyramid pose. So inhaling as you lift the chest, and exhale as you fold forward over your left leg, straight. And you can place your hands down the mat on a block. You can continue to keep them on your hips, wherever works for you. This might be easier too if you close out your stance. It might be easier to touch the mat if that's what you're trying to do. So again, make sure both legs are straight. And from here, we're going to shift into a revolved half moon. So placing your right hand down on the mat, bending into your left knee. You place your right hand slightly in front. Lifting, you can place your left hand on your hip, lifting your right foot off the mat. And exhale as you open your left arm to the sky. Breathe in here. And this side might be tougher than the other. Totally normal. Bring your hands back down to the mat. Stepping back into the balls of your right foot. Inhaling your arms up into crescent lunge. Arms up by your ears. And exhale, bring your hands down. Stepping back for another Vinyasa. From down dog, we're going to shift into a half pigeon. So inhale your right leg high. Three-legged dog. Exhale, bring your right knee to your right wrist. Release your left knee to the mat, untuck the toes. And again, there's a few options here. You can keep your hands underneath your shoulders. You can come down to your forearms. Or you can release your arms long. Until sleepy pigeon, so we'll be here for about a minute. So no matter where you are, just breathing into the stretch. And this is a great way to open up the hips since we're sitting a lot in the day. So great way just to kind of get a little bit more flexibility. And if you're folded over, slowly coming up, bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale, opening the chest. And exhale, tucking the back toes, stepping back to the down dog. It might feel good to walk it out a little bit here. And when you're ready, inhale your left leg high, three-legged dog. And exhale, left knee to your left wrist. Releasing your right knee to the mat, untucking the toes, and taking whatever you did on the other side. So whether you're on your hands, or on your forearms, or reaching long. Breathing here. Feeling your hip open up. One side may be tighter than the other, but this is always a very neglected space in our bodies. And then if you were folded over, slowly bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale as you open the chest. And exhale, stepping back into down dog. Maybe walking it out. And from here, coming to your back, we're going to come into a bridge pose. So placing your feet on the mat, trying to bring them as close to your hips as possible. Knees to the sky. Hands are on the mat, trying to reach for your heels here. Feet are about hip width apart. And on our next inhale, we're going to lift the hips to the sky. And I'm trying to interlace the fingers underneath the hips and tuck the shoulders underneath into our bridge pose. Breathing here. And exhale, slowly release. From here, extending your left leg long and bringing the soles of your right foot to meet your inner left thigh. We're gonna open out the knee to the right side of the mat to come into tree pose on the right side. So we're in a reclined tree pose, so you no balancing required. And just feeling your hips open here. And slowly bring your knee to center, extending your right leg long, bring your left leg in, opening your left leg open. So you're in the tree on the left side. So bring the sole of your foot to meet your thigh on the right side. So I'm sure some of you prefer this tree more. You're not struggling to find that balance. Just a way to calm the body in at the end of class. And exhale, straighten the legs, release. From here, bring your right knee into your chest, keeping your left leg long. We're gonna bring your right knee across the left side of your body, extending your right arm long, letting your gaze follow your right hand as your right knee crosses the left side of your body here. And you can use your left hand to bring that knee over. Feeling this nice supine twist. A nice stretch in your spine. Slowly return your gaze to center, bring your knees back into center, giving yourself a hug, extending your right leg long, keep your left knee into your chest, and bring your left knee across your body, extending your left arm long. And slowly returning back to center. Here, give yourself another hug. Bring your knees into your chest. If you like, you can take a happy baby, grabbing the soles of your feet with your hands and kicking your feet into your hands. And you can roll side to side to rock out the spine. And when you're ready, we're going to enter our final pose of class, Shavasana. So extending your legs long, keeping your eyes closed. You can have your palms face the ceiling, letting your neck naturally relax. And just breathing into our final pose of class, relaxing your body, relaxing your jaw, relaxing your face. As we enter these last few minutes. And slowly starting to wake up the body. Feel it wiggling your toes and starting to feel each fingertip with your thumb. From here, inhale as you extend the body in a good morning wake up stretch. And as you exhale, keeping your knees into your chest, coming to a fetal position using your right arm as a pillow. And then slowly coming on up into a seated position, keeping your eyes closed. Bring your hands to heart and center. I wanted to thank you for joining me for class this morning. Hopefully this will help you begin your day and release any tension, any stress. I wanted to remind you to take this feeling of love and peace off the mat with you and move with love as you go throughout your day and go throughout your meetings and so forth. And a quote I wanted to leave you with is from BKS Iyengar. It's to curb violence. What is needed most is a freedom from fear. So don't be fearful of anything. Go forth in your day. And thanks for joining me. Namaste.